Hey guys, and welcome to a new video. Today is day 4 of the Synthesis League, and I guess that today's video is going to be a little bit shorter than the previous ones because the progress is just bad. Yeah, bad. In terms of the progress itself, the gearing progress, no currency, no nothing. It just sucks. I don't know why it is like that. Still without an Exalt Orb drop, the stuff that I'm trying to do to get some currency is just not working out, which is terrible. Yesterday, I spent more than 1,200 jewelers trying to get this shit 6-socket. Not gonna happen. I don't know why. That is more than 120 Chaos Orbs or something in jewelers spent. And yeah. And then I just leave it 5-link and try to link it up. And yeah, as you can see, I have like, what do I have left? 39 Chaos Orbs because I was switching some currency over, trading some Val Orbs for Chaos and so on. Because Val Orbs is something I don't need at the moment, same as Chisels and so on. So I'm just trading the currency, what I find at the moment, to Chaos Orbs and trying to improve my gear like that. But we still have some changes that or at least that I made yesterday. So we're gonna keep an eye on, at least focus on a path of building today to get some stuff straight, right? And what possibilities we have before showing it, because without currency, it's just hard. Wait a second, closing window. We don't need any disturbing background noises here. So what did I change on the character itself real quick? Completely whole gear as yesterday. Besides I replaced those new gloves with the plus curse. I'm gonna talk about later why a Bane with 1 curse is better than with 5 curses. And I switched to the allopathy gloves that gives us blight and damage over time and so on. So still we run cast while channeling with Soulrend, control destruction and efficiency, same as we had yesterday for some more single target damage for the debuffing the enemy with withered and so on. Then I switched to a Solaris Lorica, and it has the main reason that this is the budget version of a Chevron's Wrappings. A Chevron's Wrappings goes for like 4 Exalts, I think, at the moment. Just unlinked, no nothing, right? And this one I found myself. I think it's like 1 Alchemy or something, I guess. Yeah, so pretty chunk here. But it has the same effect as a Chevron's, that Chaos damage does not bypass Energy Shield. So that's why I switched, to low life yesterday. Was probably not the best idea because low life with not even 5k energy shield just sucks. I mean, in terms of low tier mapping, it was quite fine. Yesterday I finished all the low tier maps. So you see tier 1 is done, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So today I'm going to start and trying to get these mid tier maps going. So if you're asking how did I find all the maps, I bought them. So usually, I think those tier 3 go for like 2 alchemy orbs each. 1 to 2 alchemy orbs, and when you go like 4 and 5, it's like 3 alchemy orbs, which is quite fine to buy. Now on the mid-tier maps, it's going to be more expensive, obviously. So we're gonna see how much I will just farm up and try to get those maps, or if I'm just directly buying all the maps that I'm missing to get my completion bonus higher. But that's some other stuff. So next thing, why did I have Solaris Lorica and why I decided to go low life? Yesterday when I had some currency, you know, the usual stuff that you find, a Chaos Orb here, a Chaos Orb there, I could afford a Tabula Rasa, so I was playing a Bane with 5 curses. So I had the old gloves, which gives me 1 curse, then we had 1 curse over here with Malediction, makes it 2, here we have 1 is 3, one you have yourself is 4, and then I had a Duedrus Damning Ring for the 5th curse. And this is that was my idea, like getting those 5 curses ready, get it at Tabula Rasa. That was back still when I played CI, not low life. And then I tried to progress, but it didn't really feel any different because the damage was just superior, right? So if I one-shot something, I one-shot something. Doesn't matter how much overkill damage I have. But there was one thing that people told me, like, the more... Let's write it down so you can follow this one. They said if you have like Bane and +1 curse should be the currently we have 48% more damage. And they told me a second curse would end up like 32% and +3 curse would be, I don't know, like 20% or something. They said the more curses I add, the weaker it will get. They said they found a Reddit post where they explained like that, so maybe 1 to 2 curses is good, but the rest, forget it. And that is not true, because I calculated it yesterday in Path of Building. I just added my character, I was using Bane on a 6-link, and this is what I came up with. I mean, it's not formatted, wait a second, can we just make this one bigger, like 20 or so? Okay, so something like that. So this would be Bane as a usual thing, you know. Then we add 1 curse that was, I think I played it without Despair just to see the damage number, right? No, wait a second, it is Despair. The first one is Despair, that's why you have like 24k damage difference from the first curse to the second curse, right? Because the Despair gives chaos resistance minus to the enemies, you do more chaos damage and so on. So if I'm not mistaken, let me check that real quick. Efficiency, Despair, we have minus resistance to the enemies, and they take more damage from damage over time effects and flat chaos damage to cursed enemies. So that's pretty sick. And Despair is probably the only real curse that we want to have, because adding up other curses, what do I have? Like Temp Chains, Enfeeble, Assassin's Mark, Poacher's Mark, like all those stuff is like, yeah, nice to have, but the only real curse you want to have is Despair for the debuffing the chaos resistance. So the more stuff I added, like this was like I checked up this curse, I added the damage, checked this curse, changed the numbers here, and as you see, this is like a roundup fail, but still, you see that every single curse will add up exactly those 48% more damage. So like people explained it to me that it has like some kind of diminishing return. That's not true. It's additive damage. Every single curse will do 48% more. So if we would say it like that, Bane would be 1 damage, right? Plus 1 curse would end up being 1.48 damage. And if you have 2 curses, we would end up 1.96. So the more it's additive, the more we add, the more damage we get. But in the end, we made some other calculations. This is this one over here. We just added Bane with like 5 curses. What about 2 curses and 3 supports? What about just 5 supports? And there you see the damage numbers with the gear I had yesterday. And I don't know, it's just pretty weak numbers, but it works from the math point. And as you see, a Bane with Despair and 4 supports, with that being like the usual chaos supports like Efficiency, Void Manipulation, Swift Affliction, I don't know, like these kind of stuff, made twice as much damage than Bane with just 5 curses. So after calculating that and after knowing that, I sold my Tabula for like 19 chaos or 17 chaos or something like that to buy more jewelers, because I just wanted to get this Cane of the Unraveling to 6 socket and then trying to 5-link it, and you know, can happen that you try to 5-link it, then it's suddenly a 6-link, nice profit happens. That's why I don't want to link actually a 5-socket item, just to have the opportunity to actually get a 6-link, right? So I sold just everything trying to get this Cane of the Unraveling going. Did not happen. I'm just disappointed. Like 1 chaos item, 1 alchemy item. This is 1 chaos, 1 chaos, 1 chaos. These are like 10 chaos, I think. 8 chaos at the moment. Then 1 chaos, or at least 1 alchemy belt, 1 chaos boots. It's like my whole character is approximately, if you're not gonna count in the staff right now, it's probably like, yeah, 16, 17 chaos in worth. It's like stupid, weak budget. It still works, but I think I'm just going to get rid of this one now, trying to get some chaos orbs back, because on a 5-link this should be like 35 chaos, 42, yeah, so let's just get rid of that one. Let's say like 42 chaos, maybe I can sell it to get some of these back, and we're gonna keep on playing on lower links because the damage is fine. So let's go over to the Path of Building and let's see what plans I have right now. So basically this would be some kind of skill tree that we can work on. I still have the idea to go triple purity like I explained yesterday. But I think we are going to go for a one hand and a wand, because I think a 6-linked essence drain in our future Chevron's wrappings should be enough single target damage, and the 4-link Bane should be fairly enough to clear maps like that and to debuff enemies, especially on the boss, to get some another layer of damage on here. So what do I plan to get as a budget version? We have a combination with the Cerberus Link, that's one-handed mace. This gives us up to 100 spell damage, cast speed. Also, spell damage leeches life if our equipped shield has more than 30% block chance. Then we have, this is the most important one, 1 to maximum energy shield per 5 armor of the equipped shield, and then some other stuff. But this one we can combine with a Magna Eclipse that goes for like 1x at the moment. 2 level of Sakura gems, a high amount of armor, then we have energy shield and so on. So, and we get this buff, which the Elemental Aegis, which soaks up, I think, like 1,000 elemental damage or something, and this reloads every single time or something. So this would be one option. We have 2 level of Sakura gems. So here, I would suggest taking the purity of fire and cold in, because if we're gonna scroll down here, the level of the gem, we have here, if we get a level 21, it gives 4% max resistance, but on 23, it gives 5%. So having 2 of the 21 gems into our Aegis will give us like 5% max resistance on that one. So why fire and cold? Because we have here on the skill tree, the Unnatural Calm gives us 1 to max lightning resistance. So that would be basically, we still get 80% all resistance once we've done with the settings, right? So, good. The next thing, I have this one completely wrong in here, because I have here power charges still, because of the Cane of the Unraveling. So I just need some chaos to respec, so we're just gonna keep our eye on the path of building. So I removed all the maximum power charges over here, here, and here. So this should be just energy shield focused with some regen. I replaced the Ghost Reaver for now. I had this one in yesterday because I need to calculate how important is the energy shield leech. I do know that Soulrend has 4% leech on the spell damage, like the damage that we do, but I think that's just impact damage. And as we know, all of our chaos abilities have just a minor, a little bit of chaos damage, impact damage, but a huge amount of damage over time. So I don't know if this counts for the energy shield, like the leech as well, the damage over time, but normally it's just the impact damage. So all those life leech, energy shield leech support like we have here, of the damage leeched, you know, hits. It says here, supports any skill that hits enemies, causing those hits to leech energy shield based on damage dealt. So if we go over here to Essence Drain, our hit damage is 3,600 to 5,500. So I can see that energy shield leech support or something like that works super fine on any fireball, any damage caster build. But for chaos builds, I don't think these are gonna work out that well. Probably that's because here we have 1.7%. I mean, it's level 11 gem. I do know that goes probably up to like 2.5% or something. But Soulrend already has 4%. That's way more than the support gem and so on. And this is probably because the Soulrend is a chaos spell, low impact damage, so it probably should be on the same level in the end. But I guess skipping the Ghost Reaver and just go for the natural energy shield recharge rate, faster start of energy shield recharge and so on should probably be better than all those leech things. But we're gonna see how this is gonna work out in later stages. Okay, back to our Cerberus Limp and the Magna Eclipses. We have another option here that would be the Aegis Aurora. This has elemental resistance, a lot of energy shield as well, but I think the combination of the Cerberus Limp and the Magna Eclipse would give us, yeah, I think like somewhere 2,000 energy shield or something, 1,500 with this, a lot of flat energy shield, right? Like 400 or 500 flat energy shield, And then we have all the maximum, like the increased energy shield we have from our tree. So you're probably going to end up having more than 2000 energy shield plus while equipping this. You're going to do a lot less damage, obviously, because you're not running a 6-linked chaos spell gem staff. But in the end, I think that we have enough damage, especially with all the buffs. So I really want to focus more on the survivability on this character, getting up the resistances, the max resistances, getting up the energy shield itself, because as long as we can survive, if the encounter takes like 2 seconds longer than with a 6-linked staff, that's fine, you know, as long as we survive it. But I just have the current problem that I'm running out of currency so fast. That's why I skipped this stupid staff, going for a wand and the shield now, trying to get up this energy shield, make it more, get some more survivability. All right, this is the current state of the art. I've wrote down my links that I plan to do. These are not in the path of building yet. So this is the plan. A 6-linked essence drain for our Chevron's wrappings as our boss killing ability, the main damage. Then we have a 4-linked Bane that is going to be our debuffing and also the probably the map clearing, still the map clearing, because it's still a lot of fun to play with that one. And it should be fairly enough to clear up to tier 16 maps. Then we have in our wand, we will take Flame Dash with faster casting or Flame Dash with Arcane Search. We're going to see about that. And single Clarity. For the Clarity is just if we once take a Watcher's Eye with the max ES as, or max mana as energy shield with, well, affected by Clarity. So you can skip this one at the moment. Then we have a 3-linked Blight at the moment. This would be... wait a second, if you take the Magna Eclipse, this is not going to work like that. But this is just, let's just forget about that. Let's just focus on what we can actually get. So, Mana Reserve, I would say Malevolence. Then we have Purity of Ice, Purity of Fire, as explained before. The Lightning one without level 23. Or if you can get it, obviously go for it. Then we have Blood Magic, Enlighten, Purity of Lightning, and Discipline. And yeah, Blight with Cast Wild Channeling and Soulrend, because I think this should be enough. So we're gonna probably replace those gloves as well at some point to get more energy shield. Because all those uniques, they have no resistance and they lack a lot of energy shield. So for budget version, same as the Cerberus Limb, they are quite fine, right? But if you have budget, if you have currency and you're gonna get a really good rare wand, you're gonna have more DPS and more survivability in terms of the shield. Because the crafted shields can get up to like 480 energy shield or something. That's way more than you can achieve with the Magna Eclipse in the combination with this one. So I think for the budget version, I will go for this one now. I think they go for like 40 chaos, so I can barely afford them. Let me check that real quick. So Cerberus Limp, I think yesterday was 40 chaos. So 27, okay, that's good. And the other one was the Magna Eclipse's shield. I think they go for like an Exalt Magna Eclipse shield. So probably at some 65. Oh, so both got cheaper. That's good. So if I can basically sell my staff now for like 35 or 40 Chaos Orbs with the, 39 Chaos Orbs I have on my stash, I can probably just go for this combination. That would be super cool. But we're gonna see about that. So, yeah, I have another clip for you guys that is going to be... Yeah, I will just leave it like that and then end the video. Because this was something when you think like, please RNG, do me a favor, give me something. Because yesterday I found literally nothing valuable. No, nada, nothing. It just sucks, right? So I hope that today finally an axe drop or anything valuable to it so I can start ramping the gear up, because like every single day the gear gets worse, I think, because I try to fuse something, I sell gear for currency to get more jewelers, more fusing, like whatever. Currently 85 if I forgot to mention that. But yeah, we're gonna see about that. So yeah. Hopefully today is going to be better. I'm going to focus on mapping now and delving and whatever we can do. And yeah, thanks for tuning in, thanks for watching, and see ya tomorrow's video or later on the stream. Cheers. Are you guys ready for the Headhunter?